Hello, my name is Fasim Jabbar. I'm student of DHS Uva University and doing mechanical engineering. My registration number is ME13113. Today we are going to find root of an equation by using secant method. Secant method is an improvement over the method of false position. In this method, the graph of function is approximated by a secant line, but at each iteration, two most recent approximation to the root are used to find the next approximation. There is a drawback and an advantage of this method. The advantage of this method is, in secant method, the rate of convergence is 1.6, which is faster than that of the method of false position. But its drawback is that at any iteration, the method fails to converge the root. Instead, it, it may diverges the root. We will see an example how to find a root by using secant method. We have an equation here which is y is equals to 15x cubed plus 3x squared minus 89x minus 155. We will use secant method to find the root of the given equation. First, we make this equation as a function of x so that it becomes function of x is equals to the equation we have. First, we will take our initial approximation that are 2 and 4. I have taken these approximation and I have assigned some variables to it. As you can see, these are x0 and x1. So x0 is equals to 2 and x1 is equals to 4. Now I put these two approximation back to in our main equation and find function of it, so that function of 2 is equals to minus 201 and function of 4 is equals to 497. These are just the value I found by putting 2 and 4 instead of x in our main equation. The main method and the main formula of this method is given below. As you can see, it is x2 is equals to x1 minus x1 minus x0 over function of x1 minus function of x0 into function of x1. x2 is basically our root, and x1 and x0 are the approximation we have assigned, and function of x1 and function of x0 are basically the function are the values we get after putting our approximation into the equation. As you can see, x1 is equals to 4, x0 is equals to 2, and function of x1 which we found by putting x1 which is 4 into our equation. As you can see, 497. Now we get a value which is 2.575931232. This is basically our first root, and we will put this root into our main equation instead of x to find its function, which I have find here. As you can see, I have done this because I will be using this function into my formula. In next step I will show you. As you can see, the formula is same, but just we have changed the variables. Now there is x2 minus x1. x2 is basically the root we just found out and its function. Now again we go through the same procedure, just plug and play. I got this value 2.83005128. Our previous value was 2.5759, and this time the root comes out to be 2.8305. As you can see, the value of root is increasing. This is actually a drawback of this method. Its value is increasing, and it shows that the root is converging instead of the root is diverging instead of converging. But we will make some more iteration to confirm that. Now we will put this root that we just found out into our main formula, and we go through the same procedure again. Now you can see the root we found out now is 2.7606. The previous root was 2.830. The value of this root is now converging. So we will continue this procedure and until we got another root. It's basically the same process. We are making just iterations in the formula. The roots come out to be 2.98. We again repeat the same procedure to find another root. This time the root comes out to be 2.9683. Now this is the main thing you have to notice. As you can see in root 5, the value is 2.9834, and in the root 6 the value is 2.9683. The main thing is that the first decimal place, which is 2.9, and in the next root we have the same value, which is 2.9, up to first decimal place. So it shows that the root is actually now converging. We will again go through the same procedure. The root 7 comes to be 2.9697. Now you have to notice the thing that this time there are two same decimal places, which is 0.96, 0.96. Now the root is converging up to two decimal place. This shows that our root is come out to be 2.9697. You can repeat the procedure to get more accuracy in the root. The main thing in this method is that it converges the root very quickly. We got our answer in just 7 iterations. But if you use falsy position method or bisection method, you have to go through a lot of iterations, like 14 to 20 iteration at least. I hope you have get an idea about the secant method and how it converges the root. Thank you for watching.